Hi again, guys, and do you know where you are? Not like physically, but like on the internet. Do you know what you're doing most of the time, or do you just kind of let the scroll take you wherever it goes? For me, it's a bit of a mix of both, but there are some people who, through their own actions, end up in a very, very weird spot that they probably did not intend to. Today we're going to be looking at r/lost Redditors, where people are posting things in subreddits that are not the right place to do so. Sometimes it's like because they took the name of a subreddit incredibly literally and just posted something that I guess you could technically make correct. My favorite example is that r/trees is a subreddit for people who really like weed, and r/marijuana enthusiasts is for people who are really into trees, like the ones in nature. Plenty of examples of that mix-up happening. Anyways, if you guys enjoy, be sure to subscribe with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. A lot of these are fun because there's like subreddits that are of bands that have, you know, very kind of funky names like r/cigarettes after sex, and that is a thing a lot of people have, so there are some people probably looking for a community to discuss this experience with, and they end up saying shit like this: cigarettes in bed after sex. Smoking indoors is far underrated. I just love hotboxing my room and making it smell like ash. I love just stewing in that, dude. Well, I acknowledge doing so anywhere, at any time, including restaurants, was a disgusting display of capitalism allowing greed to go away with decency. Smoking indoors is a liberty one should be afforded in their own domicile. Occasionally. I mean, if it's like a house that you own, I don't think anybody can technically stop you, even if it would be frowned upon as like a fire hazard. But listen, man, if you're doing an apartment complex, not only is it gonna be against the rules, but people are gonna fucking know you're doing it. And hey, if you want to risk it, that's on you, but I don't think your neighbors are gonna leave it to lie, you know what I mean? A post about the Future, who accidentally posted on the rapper Future's subreddit. Remember when we all thought this would be the future, and it's like Fruitiger Arrow? I kind of love that it still got 280 upvotes. Like, every Pluto fan over there was like, you know what, sure, man, just come on in. And to be fair, I would say this is like somewhat relevant to the Future subreddit, because this is what it feels like to listen to Dirty Sprite 2 for the first time. I'm telling you, you're missing out if you haven't done it yet. On r/Lions, fuck yeah, go Detroit, beat them Colts. This is for the animal. You want r/Detroit Lions. There will be several mix-ups of people going to a subreddit for a literal thing that a team is named after, some more funny than others. You know, r/Gravity Falls, you have like a picture of Trump kissing, I can't tell if that's Laura Loomer or Melania. Either way, I'm pretty sure it's AI generated. Like, what the fuck are you doing here, man? These two don't look anything like the main characters, other than one's a boy and one's a girl. On r/math jokes, when your hand slips and you accidentally open Microsoft Edge. Okay, I gotta do some defense here, because I know you guys are gonna bring up that occasionally you can see me using Microsoft Edge in my videos. I keep Edge installed specifically to use Twitter on it, and I have to use the worst browser I have installed in order to have an equally shitty social media experience. That said, the only math I can really see here is the -1 at the bottom. Like, shit, man, it took me till like 5th grade to learn what a negative was. When they started saying numbers could be imaginary, man, I checked the fuck out if I wasn't already. But before we continue, I have something very important and very special to me to share with y'all. I want to show y'all my new G-Subs drop, and this one's a little different. Where are the titties? This cup is part of the Macabre merch drop, which is G-Sub's first full horror drop, and I got to head the whole thing. The Macabre drop has not just this really, really freaky wraparound horror design with art by the likes of the very talented Odd Oblivion, but it also has this double-sided shirt with a freaky-ass skeleton on it, this desk-length mouse pad with this gigantic freakazoid just covering the entire thing looming over you, and this high-quality reversible parka. I have been working on this thing for months, and I am so proud of how it came out. It is in contention for the coolest thing I've ever made, and it'll be available for pre-order for the next 3 weeks. That's October 16th to November 6th, and you can go to the first link in the description, use code Kwite at G-Subs to get 10% off your order. If you guys do choose to support, it means a lot, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Okay, this one's crazy. On r/Predators, I'm gonna be honest, I think in like the modern day and age, I wouldn't name anything after the category of Predator. The Predator alien gets grandfathered in because they're sick as fuck, but they still get the same jokes made about them. I saw a random OnlyFans account or something selling nudes and clicked to read who was replying to these posts. I found a dude leaving his number, and I made a text now and basically let this dude on. I sent him a big black cock, and he was jealous, said screw it, let's continue messing with him, agreed to meet at a motel, brought up a 16-year-old sister that doesn't exist. At first he was like, I'm not a pedo, then he brought it up a few texts later, and long story short, wants to fuck the catfish, me, and my fake underage sister. I reported dude to the authorities, RIP. Lol, buddy, this is a sub for the Nashville Predators hockey team. Somehow the most shocking thing about this post is that I didn't realize Nashville had a hockey team. On r/Brawl Stars pornography, I finally maxed Ice Captain Cookie. No upvotes, 6 comments of people just absolutely confused. Imagine like you're like an active purveyor of r/Brawl Stars porn. You go there because you're feeling hot and bothered and want to rub one out to the game, and then in the middle of scrolling the hot feed, you just see this shit and you're like, wait. What? Wrong sub, lol. Where the actually fuck I'm at? Bro, that's a pretty big mix-up to have, man. And, like, it's a hard one to even explain because, really, how did you do that? It's almost impressive. On r/Comedy Homicide, where I'm pretty sure is where all good jokes go to die, so I came across your resume. I do apologize. And it's, you know, a very literal reading of, I came on your resume, like I took a big jizz on it. I nutted and scrum all over the place. It's like a pretty basic joke, but, like, I don't think it's bad by any means. The caption of this one is just, not homicide. Is it bad that I find this hilarious? Not bad per se, maybe just horribly milquetoast of an opinion. It's actually not really true. I don't think you could say that around most of your parents. And that's kind of the litmus test of like if a joke is normie enough or if a joke is too normie. On r/Funny Side, what do you think? Normal people wondering if egg or hen came first. Me wondering what came first in this picture. You just got like the sprinkler blast in full speed at the electric box. Yeah, this really doesn't belong on r/Funny Signs. I feel like you could maybe stretch the definition of sign to include like the warning electricity stickers. But even then, they're not very funny on their own. I guess like the irony of them being there when the water is spraying directly at them is kind of silly. I'm just trying to get in the head of the guys who like make these mix-ups. My guess is that a lot of them are just fucking liars and just doing bits, which, you know, fair enough. I do that too. Lying often is a big part of how things are funny, but statistically, at least some of them can't be, dude. An important reminder on r/Funny Memes. Bullies aren't just teenagers in school. They are also adults in offices with nice titties who think they have the right to break the spirits of others so that they can feel better about their miserable lives. That smile is so wide for exactly none of it to reach the guy's eyes. If you like split his face in half right at the bridge of his nose, kind of lined it up with the ears, the top half and bottom half of his face look like they could belong to 2 completely different white dudes. Like fucking hell, man. There is a complete different coloration between your beard and the not gray part of your head. On r/Found Satan, this guy's just trying to do his job. Christianity portraying him as evil. Satan doing the job given to him by God. Yeah, this is a pretty funny mix-up because, like, it could be treated as, like, a meta post if you're a regular on that sub, though I'm not really sure who's a regular committed frequenter of the r/Found Satan subreddit. But basically the point of that sub is just to, like, point out people doing funny, like, lighthearted, but a little ruthless insults. I think the first one I saw when I went there was, your mom is so slow, it took her 9 months to make a joke. The joke being you, because unless you were a premature birth, in which case your mom's speed feats get bumped up a little bit. On r/Adult Swim, looking for advice to improve my swimming as an adult. Hey everyone, I've been swimming for a while now, but I feel like I'm not improving as much as I want. For those of you who started swimming as adults, what helped you get better with technique and endurance? Any resources, drills, or personal tips would be amazing. My thing is that there are people willing to help kids out with their math homework on Pornhub. There's gotta be at least one person in the comments who saw this and had relevant experience to give good advice, and they're like, fuck it, this is the wrong place, but it might just be the right time. Oh no, this one's awful. This one's awful. r/Doggy Style. Anyone know what breed Dale is? I swear, some people just miss the giant blaring red NSFW 18+ sign on a lot of these subreddits, or they just have their content filters turned off completely, and so they just like don't even register the subreddit they're going on has that. Just an unfortunate mix-up, man. Also, if you guys know what breed this dog is, let me know in the comments. On r/Homophobic People YouTube, gay things with the flair gay bad. I am homophobic, so don't be mad, but why are we letting kids be gay, lesbian, trans, etc.? One of my friends is in a friend group, and they're all lesbians! So why can't we just have kids be normal till they're like 18, then decide? And it wasn't like really a decision that I settled on when we were thinking about these things, but r/subs taken literally. Huh? This is a sub for posting about homophobic kids on YouTube, not for being homophobic. These people are like diametrically opposed in what they believe in like in pretty fundamental ways that you couldn't really smooth over with, you know, agree to disagree. That said, it would be really funny if the guy who was letting them know that this was the wrong sub was kind enough to help them find their people. It's like, oh, this subreddit is the one for homophobia. This is the kind of conversation you want to have. Listen, we like fundamentally disagree on the validity of people's identity, but I'm still gonna help a fella out where I can, you know? On r/I have sex. How to clean this? Or should I just buy a new pillow. I don't actually know what r/I have sex is about normally, but like it could be relevant in that this could be a stain resulting from intercourse. I mixed up intercourse and coitus. Jesus. On r/Catholicism, there's a sleeping cat who's just riding a bike. It is sleep. Get it? Cataholicism? That one's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. I used to think that Catholics worshipped cats back when I was very little. I mean, I feel like a lot of them do, but not as like a result of being Catholic. They just have a cat and tend to adore them. I mean, that is kind of how they did it back in the day, like when they were first domesticating the little critters. On r/Peggle, what size works the best? It's me and my girlfriend's first time trying this, and I don't want my butt to hurt in the morning. What's a good size/speed to start with? Like, it's about as close of a literal mix-up as you can get that I can justify in my head. My bigger question is, why does the actual Peggle subreddit allow NSFW content? What are they posting about the fucking things in the game Peggle that require that warning, man? On r/translator, which I have no idea what that subreddit's about, can you translate this from Welsh to English? And maybe this is just like below the fold, but the guy didn't even post something for somebody to translate. Any hope of him coincidentally finding a guy who spoke Welsh and English was completely taken out of the equation because we don't even know what you want us to translate. On r/nice girls. Any MAGA women on here? I tried many dating sites and so many anti-Trump proclamations in their profile. Glad for honesty, but looking for 45 plus women. Hey, kudos to you for keeping it in your age range. Who are at least centrist and like to talk. Not about everything they hate positive. God is in control. Relax, no drama type. Photo make me look huge. 196-foot veteran. Imagine if there was like a subreddit literally just for girls who self-identify as a nice girl. I don't even know like what that really entails by the end of it. An r/grooming victim. They shaved my Aussie. They didn't just shave my dog. I feel like they took away his identity. What made him look like him? I brought my Australian Shepherd here for his grooming with this salon and was extremely clear, both verbally and in writing. Oh my fucking god, dude. This is like a thing though. There are plenty of photos out there of like dogs who have been like shaved except for their head and they just look really stupid. And it's gonna take a while for them to like not be ugly again. It's like a thing I could actually see like a group of Facebook moms having a real collective issue over. So thinking that there is like a community for just bad grooming jobs on your pets, I can believe that someone would fall for that. It is just such a shame that it happened this way. Like, holy fuck. On r/ask Austria, I'm not trying to ask Austria nothing, man. What do you really have to offer? Do you guys really eat kangaroos? I think you meant to post this to an Australian subreddit. This is Austria. Well, now I know that. On r/pics, we've just completely lost the definition of what a picture is because they're posting AI-generated stuff. Being human-made is no longer a requirement to get on there. We must fill the pool of content with slop generated by robots. This is a part of the healthy, balanced diet that every person should be going through. Just smile, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, man, real great stuff. This is just invigorating. On r/subs I fell for, Subway employee falls asleep while building a customer sandwich. Okay, that guy was not lost. He was like thinking of the wordplay to make that work for ages. I know that for a fact. It was absolutely on purpose. Kudos to him. It's impressive he managed to tie all that together. Could literally be a dude who works at Subway who asked his buddy to like just lay on a customer's sandwich so he could get some karma. If I homebrew my new 3DS XL, can I play old games from the eShop? Since the eShop shut down, am I still able to play them? Okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I know that there's like homebrewing like beer, but I've only ever associated that term with like homebrewing my Wii as a kid. So I fear that I might have been the kid who fell for this subreddit and asked this question there. Wrong sub, my dude. This is homebrewing beer. Ah, shit. And you can tell this is like a Nintendo sheltered kid because he's like censoring shit like in his reply but still using it. But yes, you can. Also, can I interest you in a nice German lager recipe? No, sorry. I'm only 15 and I'm just really into Nintendo consoles. That's like weirdly endearing. This is a subreddit about a social deduction game. r/werewolf online. If you laugh, you go to hell. Any other IRL werewolves here? So basically, I'm a werewolf. Yep. Awkward. Most people think I'm lying, but I just keep my powers hidden most of the time. So usually I'm just a chill, normal, but kind of mysterious guy. I only wish to use my powers for good. Do not respond if you're just going to troll or be a bully. I do not have time for trickery or foolishness. Oh, that's fucking great. Here's one for Nina. Jesus Christ. There are a lot of people who just hate Birmingham in the UK. I don't know what it is. I guess there's a lot of Americans who get like that about Detroit, so maybe it's just like a cultural thing. There's always going to be like one town town that everybody just kind of dunks on even if they don't live there. On r/Birmingham. Did you know we can leave? I recently found out that the people inside the Birmingham experiment are actually free to leave. Brubby, fucking brubby. You aren't being held there against your will. You can literally get in your car and move somewhere more habitable for human life. Is this not well known, or do Birminghamites want to stay for some sick, twisted reason? Edit. Oh fuck, this is USA. Birmingham sub. Never mind. The USA Birmingham is probably lovely. The UK Birmingham is not. Edit 2. You Americans seem like nice people. Sweet home Alabama. Hey, we converted one, man. Good work. Asking about AirPods on r/questioning. Wrong sub. No, I was asking a question. That's the name of the subreddit. The sub is for questioning your sexuality or gender identity. Why do you guys get the entirety of the topic then? But I already know my sexuality. It wasn't even like being repulsed or just disliking that they were doing that there. It's like, well, why would I do that? I already figured it out. Exactly. So you're in the wrong sub. No, I don't think so. I fucking love the dude in orange, man. He's just so fucking obtuse. On r/Roblox help. Why does this have the tag Roblox error? Pulling back your foreskin when you wake up hurts so good. If you're a male, you've got to try it. It feels so good, but it kind of hurts, but that feels good as well. I'm just fucking rolling at this shit, man. That's so fucking funny. And to cap this all off, I think we should bring it back around home. There is a lost Redditor found on r/Lost Redditors. Alright, bro, that's enough YouTube for money. I touched him for money. Yeah, wrong spot, big dog. Anyways, that's all I got. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. Remember, if you guys want to get your hands on my G-Sups Horror Drop Macabre, click that first link in the description. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see y'all next time.